don't want her to, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
With all of the stuff coming out about Diddy and his arrest, a lot of people are concerned about the well-being of Justin Bieber. Justin had to deal with so much growing up in the spotlight, and people are rightfully concerned about it. Some folks have had a lot to weigh in on this, and I'm going to talk to you about exactly what is being said and explore some of the times that Justin tried to give us hints on what happened.
But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted.
I'm going to talk about how P. Diddy ruined Justin Bieber's life. Sean P. Diddy Combs was recently arrested on September 17th, 2024, after being charged with unspeakable crimes. Diddy is now being held without bail at Brooklyn's notorious federal lockup awaiting his trial. But during such a high-profile case, Candace Owens unearthed some information surrounding Diddy and the fan-favorite pop star Justin Bieber. In her recent podcast following Sean P. Diddy Combs' arrest, Candace Owens made some notorious allegations about how the hip-hop star allegedly mistreated and used Justin Bieber.
An alleged tape involving an 18-year-old pop star. People unearthing videos of Justin Bieber.
Showing snaps of Justin with Diddy and addressing how Justin was chosen to reportedly engage in certain acts while under control. Candace claimed that Justin's public breakdown during his wedding was a sad result of his past with Diddy. Following the events of Sean P. Diddy Combs' arrest on serious charges, Candace Owens had stirred the pot with explosive allegations. With Diddy being locked up in a Brooklyn federal prison awaiting trial, Candace has sent shockwaves through the entertainment world with her podcast episode where she dropped bombs that involved Diddy and Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber was, in my view, a child victim, someone who has somehow survived this.
Candace didn't hold back as she detailed how Sean Combs allegedly mistreated Justin Bieber during his rise to fame. Addressing alleged conversations between the duo and sharing some photos of them together, Candace suggested that Diddy had some pretty bad motives since the beginning. She further asserted that Diddy allegedly used his influence to manipulate Justin, who was clearly looking for a mentor and needed guidance.
I don't want her to, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Candace commented saying people are unearthing videos of Justin Bieber at Diddy parties. Justin Bieber was obviously extremely young when he entered the industry, extremely innocent. So he was scooped up and suddenly he was part of people like Diddy going after him like, hey man, why won't you pick up my phone? Well, there's actually a video of that, and the next thing we know, Justin's at Diddy's parties, and in this one video, whatever Justin is doing, in this video with Trey Songz and Odell Beckham Jr., it looks highly suspicious. Justin Bieber is not 100% there in the brain. He's clearly very heavily not all there at this party. And remember that lawsuit that the producer Rodney dropped against Diddy? He said that unbeknown to all these people, the drinks that they were drinking were being replaced with other things at Diddy parties. They were pouring out the bottles and replacing it.
That unbeknownst to all of these people, they were being drugged at Diddy's parties, that they were pouring out the liquor bottles and replacing it with other drugs.
According to Candace Owens, Justin Bieber was dragged to one of these Diddy parties where he was allegedly put into compromising situations while not 100% there in the brain, emphasizing how the pressures of fame can turn vulnerable individuals like Justin into pawns in a larger game.
Is clearly very heavily under the influence at this party.
Candace explained how Diddy became part of the reason why Justin now wants to step out of the limelight. In a follow-up, Candace Owens linked Justin Bieber's breakdown during his wedding to his troubled past with Diddy, addressing how Justin was spotted being frantic prior to his wedding with Hailey. Candace claimed that the weight of what happened in the past, stemming from his alleged experiences with Diddy, resurfaced at a moment that was meant to be filled with joy. Candace spoke on this saying, it has long been suspected that the person that people are now putting the dots together in Kim Porter's allegations that Diddy had under his thumb was Justin Bieber, and that he might have done some things with him that Justin does not want getting out.
LeBron James, who has been outwardly speaking about how great Diddy parties are, traveling around with Diddy.
What I will say is that it very much fits the narrative where we saw tons of videos of Justin Bieber when he got together with Hailey. He was crying a lot. Outside of churches, he was finding his way back to God, but he was having a lot of breakdowns. And what I sensed from these public breakdowns that was only public because the press was following him was that he was coming to terms with the fact that he'd been engaged with darkness unwillingly. And Justin Bieber probably has a lot of regret about that. Candace went on to say he probably feels a lot of regret as a man, as a husband, as somebody who successfully created a new life for himself with his wife Hailey. And so what I want to say to Justin and to everybody who's following this situation is that Justin is not to blame. It was hard to get over this when I saw it, not because of the idea that Justin would be engaged in these sort of things at these parties, but because I understand that he was just a child who was manipulated by Diddy. Although Justin Bieber has yet to comment on Sean Diddy Combs' arrest, Candace Owens claims to have rightfully ignited a heck of a debate. Fans and critics are currently weighing in on the implications of Candace's allegations. Meanwhile, with the legal craziness surrounding Diddy unfolding, the allegations have thrown a spotlight on darker undercurrents of fame that lurk beneath the surface of celebrity culture. Back in 2020, when Justin was promoting his album Changes,
Not sure what I was doing before, yeah.
and Billie Eilish had exploded on the scene, he reached out to her to offer industry insights and support. Justin said while fighting back tears, "I just want to protect her. I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody." Billie was at the time enjoying a massive rise to fame on the back of her hit album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?
Nothing lasts like I don't know.
So of course, with Justin saying this, it has us all questioning, what happened? What did he go through? It must have been pretty bad that the mere thought of it brings him to tears. When you look at interviews Justin had at such a young age, so many people crossed the line, and this was being done in public. Speaking candidly about his broader struggles in the industry, Justin said, "It was bad, it was dark. Think about how young I was, how impressionable, and how you have everybody telling me how awesome I am at all times. I just want people to understand the psychology of why I potentially could have problems in my life." Bieber said he had been living in this regret with all sorts of stuff with my past, but that he wanted to be a good example for Billie. "It was hard for me being that young, being in the industry, not knowing where to turn, and everybody telling me they loved me, and they turn their back on you in a second. So if she ever needs me, I'm gonna be there for her. I'm just a call away." Justin encouraged people to look at his story through his music, adding, "Hopefully my words can make a difference." Justin and Diddy had a close relationship during the early years of Justin's career. In one clip, Diddy stands next to Bieber, who was only 15 at the time, and he tells the camera he's having 48 hours with Diddy, where we're hanging out, and what we're doing we can't really disclose. But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. Diddy added, "I have been given custody of him, he's signed to Usher, and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album." Khloe Kardashian recalled crossing paths with Justin Bieber at one of Diddy's infamous parties, where she revealed half of the guests were not wearing anything at all. Diddy pleaded not guilty to the charges against him and was denied bail despite his legal team's request for him to be released for $50 million and kept electronically monitored. Diddy is accused of using power and prestige to lure women into the pretense of a romantic relationship. Prosecutors had said they interviewed more than 50 people who were involved or affected by this, and they are expecting the number to grow by tenfold. Diddy has had so much drama in his past relationships, it's crazy.
What's one misconception about you?
There are no misconceptions about me.
When we take a look back at his famous relationships, so much has hinted at what might have been going on behind the scenes. He was romantically linked to famous women like Jennifer Lopez, Lori Harvey, Young Miami, and more. I wanted to take a deep dive to look into these relationships and talk to you guys about them. Let's take a peek at all the women P. Diddy dated over the years.
We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense.
Do you like being scared?
Sean Combs began dating Kim Porter in 1994. He said to Essence, "The first time I saw her, she was at the studio with her ex-boyfriend, the father of Kim's oldest child, Quincy." Diddy continued to say, "I wasn't trying to holler at her or anything, but I was admiring her. Her lips, her eyes, her mouth, her shape, her energy, and thinking, I wish I had a girl like that. She kind of made me nervous," he told Essence. "She wasn't like a New York girl. She was bohemian mixed with Georgia peach hospitality. I got the idea she liked doing stuff like walking barefoot in the grass. I didn't think I could get her to like me. She was smooth, you know, like ice. She's cool and collected, and she thinks before she speaks. You meet a lot of young ladies and they just don't do that. Kim was never pressed. She was always in control." While Kim was in control, Diddy wasn't always in control of his love. Kim and Diddy split in 1999 as he began seeing Jennifer Lopez. Unfortunately, Kim passed away in 2018 at the age of 26. She died in her sleep from pneumonia.
Devastated Diddy spotted at the home where his ex suddenly and mysteriously died.
But there are many speculations when it comes to Kim. Many say she was about to release a tell-all that Diddy did not want to surface, so he got her taken out. Misa Hilton Brim is a designer and stylist credited with putting together some of the incredible looks from the 1990s. She's also known as Diddy's high school sweetheart and the mother of his son, Justin Combs. Misa and Diddy welcomed Justin in 1993. Since then, they have co-parented their son together. Diddy had a brief romance with Sarah Chapman in the early 2000s. It was long enough for them to welcome a daughter, Chance Combs, who was born shortly after the twins Delilah and Jessie. The romance didn't last much longer after Chance's birth, though Sarah didn't seem to hold any ill will. When Kim Porter passed away, she also made a really nice tribute to her. One of the highest profile romances of the late 90s, early 2000s was Diddy and Jennifer Lopez. In 1999, Sean began dating J-Lo while he was still with Kim, which triggered the split. J-Lo and Diddy stayed together for 2 years. Jennifer spoke about this, saying, "The Puffy era was just kind of a crazy heightened time in my life.
I didn't like him at all. You know, I didn't. I thought he was like..."
You know, Puffy and I both grew up in the Bronx. He had been in the music business and had all this success. I was just starting making my first album when I met him. He became kind of a mentor to me in that moment. We had this kind of crazy relationship that ended in a bang. She continued to say, "It was definitely a moment, but I felt like it was necessary. He was meant to be in my life at that moment to teach me what I needed to know about the music business, about what kind of artist I wanted to be in the music industry." The couple announced their split on Valentine's Day 2001. His publicist said at the time, Mr. Combs confirmed that he and his love, Jennifer Lopez, have in fact broken up. Mr. Combs is confirming this today as he wanted to put all the rumors surrounding their relationship to rest. At this difficult time, we ask that you respect his privacy. J-Lo would later say in an interview that she ended things because she never had the family life she wanted with Diddy. Plus, who can forget the drama of the December 1999 nightclub Bang Bang that saw Diddy and J-Lo arrested before they were ultimately cleared of all charges. Many speculations by fans say that a lot is going to come out about J-Lo and her involvement in some of the darker things regarding Diddy's life. They think she knows a lot more than she's letting on and that things are going to blow up. For a hot second, Diddy was romantically linked to one of the most beautiful women in the world. Dating rumors swirled about Diddy and Naomi Campbell in 2001 when the two were photographed together in British Vogue in 2001. It's thought that things went romantic in 2002, but the couple never really confirmed a relationship. Things remained platonic after the end of their rumored romance.
I'm talking about Diddy was right next to you. What's good, Diddy? No. What's good, Diddy?
Cassie, aka Cassandra Ventura, began dating Diddy in 2007. The on and off romance was mostly secret until 2012.
I'm blessed to be in this industry.
Yes, and you're
I
blessed.
just try to blend it with my artistry.
The couple went public with their love, which continued until they split in 2018. Diddy was reportedly not interested in putting a ring on Cassie's finger, so she left him. 4 years after the breakup, Diddy released a song about how he had to move on and stop mourning the loss. However, in 2022, he thanked Cassie for holding me down in dark times when accepting the Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards. Since splitting from Diddy, Cassie married Alex Fine in 2019, and the couple welcomed 2 children together. But in November of 2023, she filed a lawsuit in New York City alleging a number of complaints of instances that happened during their relationship against Diddy. Diddy denied everything. He claimed complete innocence. That was until a video came out of him so badly mistreating Cassie that he couldn't deny it anymore. The next day after the video came out, he released an apology, calling it his rock bottom.
The next day, referenced actions that seemed
considered more of a short-term fling between the two 90s icons. Diddy and Cameron Diaz had a brief romance in 2008.
Bit of a Lady Godiva or something.
In 2014, US Weekly reported that Diddy was at a dinner where the subject of Cameron dating Benji Madden came up, and he said, "If I could turn back time, things would be different." One of Diddy's most recent love affairs was with Steve Harvey's daughter, Lori Harvey. The two sparked talk of a romance in July 2019.
Hey, what's up, Vogue? I'm Lori Harvey, and I want you guys to come get ready with me.
After they were spotted spending time together. Diddy even joined Lori on vacation in Italy with Steve Harvey and Steve's wife. However, the relationship did not last long. Lori stopped following Diddy online in October 2019 after he was spotted out with another woman. Gina Huan, a Los Angeles-based model, was once linked to Diddy in 2019.
Well, technically, the very first time I met him, September 2013.
In 2022, following the Billboard Awards, Gina claimed that she and Diddy were giving love a second shot, posting a picture of him smooching her cheek on her Instagram story.
#1 albums on the Billboard 200 charts.
This caught the attention of Diddy's girlfriend at the time, Young Miami, who called out saying, "Somebody please give this girl some attention." "I'm single, but I'm dating. I'm just taking time with my life," Diddy said on June 9th, 2022 episode of Carisha Please, the podcast hosted by his then girlfriend, Young Miami.
I'm gonna call you Diddy.
Yeah, call me Diddy.
Okay.
All right.
Even though Diddy said he was single, he acknowledged that he and Young Miami were an item.
It feels like a dream come true.
We were talking a lot in FaceTime.
He said, "We're dating, we have dates, we go on dates, we're friends, we go to exotic locations, we have great times." However, Young Miami confirmed in April 2023 interview with The Cut that she was no longer dating Diddy. She said, "We're still friends, we're good friends, but we're single. That's not my man."
Are you still dating Puff Daddy?
I'm not. I said I was gonna tell my truth.
Young Miami, after saying this, has unfollowed Diddy on Instagram after his arrest.
Manhattan Hotel last week,
showing that she may have had a change of heart.
Sean P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and indicted on federal charges.
P. Diddy was finally arrested and charged. Wow. He was hit with several charges for various things. For years, Diddy has been getting away with things, and a lot of people are finding it satisfying that he is finally going away for the many awful things he did. The unsealed indictment comes hours after Diddy was detained at the Park Hyatt Hotel in New York City when an investigation led to his Miami and Los Angeles homes being raided in March 2024.
Man, you got some visitors, dog.
Our correspondent and fellow host at FTD News, Yusuf Awadallah, had some strong words to say when the news broke. He happily exclaimed, "It's about darn time." And we all agreed with him. How did Diddy get away with everything he's been doing for so long? Blair Channing Ray, who is an influencer from Arlington, had the perfect words for this as well. She said, "I don't want to hear nothing about how they coming for another black man for doing nothing, because what P. Diddy did to Cassie was indeed something."
Surveillance footage from 2016 showing what appears to be Diddy violently assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie.
And everyone sharing these stories about P. Diddy is not lying either. Blair was so on point with this comment because at the end of the day, people are always going to make excuses for their favorite stars. When it's this big of an injustice, we can't make excuses. Following the case, we were also updated that 1,000 bottles of baby oil were seized from his home. 1,000? Absolutely wild.
You know, it was a big problem.
I love the opinions of Cerise Fairfax, who is an intuitive soul coach, writer, and YouTuber. She always has amazing takes on celebrity news. So I asked her what her opinion was on the Diddy drama, and she said, yes, Diddy was finally arrested yesterday, but he was supposed to be arrested today, and they pushed the arrest day up. They were working with lawyers to get him taken in. They are definitely going to bring up everything they can from the past to the future. This is the reason people have to always pay attention to what they're doing, because in the end, things come back to bite them, and he's going to get bitten like a swarm of wasps.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
He's going to get stung and stung and stung, and the people he considers closest to him will be the people that will speak up against him first. Diddy has recently been accused of crimes during the height of his fame as a producer to huge names in hip-hop, like Mary Kay Blige, Usher, Lil' Kim, and the late Biggie Smalls in the 1990s and 2000s. He was first accused of a years-long pattern crimes and mistreatment against his former girlfriend, R&B singer Cassie Ventura, in a lawsuit she filed against him.
I think everybody's entitled to, having that moment, I guess.
Though the pair quickly settled, Cassie's suit opened the floodgates, as since then, more than half a dozen alleged victims have come forward with their own lawsuits against him.
What I do when I like to celebrate, I like to turn up a little bit, but sometimes it just it get a little... I met all of them in the same year, so I've known all of them the same amount of time.
And on March 25th, 2024, his Beverly Hills and Miami mansions were simultaneously raided by Homeland Security.
Several law enforcement agencies are raiding the home of hip-hop mogul P. Diddy.
Diddy denied everything in Cassie's lawsuit, but when a horrible video came out showing some serious mistreatment of Cassie, he couldn't talk his way out of it. He posted a video apologizing for it on social media the next day.
I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
The first time he owned up to allegations against him, any of them. In the same month, Diddy's accusers were notified by federal investigators that they could be brought to court to testify before a grand jury. Before any of this came out, he denied all of the mistreatment against Cassie, so it was pretty surprising to many people when the video came out, and it was way worse than expected.
Shocking and sickening video showing Sean Diddy Combs attacking a woman.
Diddy has strongly denied all of the allegations and claimed that the accusers are only looking for a quick payday. The only lawsuit he settled with was Cassie. If she didn't have proof, he would definitely keep denying everything. It makes you wonder what other stars have been affected by his actions. There are a few stars that have spoken out about their disdain for Diddy as well, one of them being 50 Cent. It started when Diddy offered to take 50 Cent shopping. He found it strange and started throwing shade at him online ever since.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what the f?
What'd you just say?
There were also celebrities who used to be close to P. Diddy that have started unfollowing him after these allegations came to light. One of them being Kim Kardashian. The weirdest thing about this is that she unfollowed him right before his homes were raided. Another surprising star that unfollowed Diddy was Young Miami. They were recently in a relationship, even going to the Met Gala together in 2023.
Carisha, Young Miami is here. Puff, aka Love, aka Diddy, we're in the building.
In the past, she's made cryptic tweets, seemingly taking his side on this. I guess she changed her mind, as she also unfollowed him. There were other stars that happened to unfollow him as well, such as Stephen Curry, Floyd Mayweather, Patrick Mahomes, LeBron James, Meek Mill, Mariah Carey. Meek Mill being one of the people who didn't believe the allegations in the past. Diddy is currently facing at least 8 separate lawsuits, including one from Don Richard, who was previously signed to Bad Boy Records with his girl group Danity Kane and Trio Diddy Dirty Money.
Danity Kane's Don Richard is suing Sean Diddy Combs for alleged assault.
What do you guys think about this? Let us know in the comments. We read them all. I feel like a lot more information is going to come out about this, especially because rumors of Diddy have been going on for so long. I think more people will come forward and speak out, many who were too scared to before.
Some people have to do it for hustle, and I respect that. Some people do it for the art. But I was just tired of seeing us portrayed just like with do-rag.
He's losing a ton of support from people who seem to be close to him in the past, and I think that's also going to continue to happen. At the end of the day, many people are relieved that he's finally being charged for his actions after getting away with so much for so long. We don't know what's going to happen with all of this, but at the end of the day, at least it's finally being recognized what he's done.
And it's either you go crazy, you stay successful and keep your head on and you learn and you grow. The success of you or the happiness of you. I don't want anything else but just to be, given.
Cassie just told her side of the story when it comes to P. Diddy. Stay tuned.
Cassie is finally speaking out following her allegations against Sean Diddy Combs.
After a video of the rapper being truly heinous to Cassie Ventura in a hotel in 2016 was recently leaked, Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend made an emotional statement thanking everyone who came out to offer their love and support. The outpouring of love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now, but this is only the beginning. The singer wrote in a post on Instagram, DV is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. With a lot of hard work, I am better today, but I will always be recovering from my past. CNN released a video of Ventura kicking and throwing the woman to the ground, prompting him to make the comment. After that, Diddy apologized, calling his behavior in the video inexcusable and expressing his disgust at what he had done.
I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now.
The incident seemed to support allegations of violence made by Ventura in a lawsuit that was settled last year, allegations that Diddy had previously refuted. Ventura expressed her gratitude to everyone who took the time to take this matter seriously in a message. My only ask is that everyone open your heart to believing victims the first time. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you were powerless in. She also gave others words of encouragement. I offer my hand to those that are still living in fear, Ventura wrote. Reach out to your people. Don't cut them off. No one should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. Thank you. Love always, Cassie.
I think everybody's entitled to, having that moment, I guess.
Ventura started dating personal trainer Alex Fine in 2018, the year her relationship with Diddy ended. The two were married in 2019. In response to her statement, Fine commented, "Love you so much," and said, "She is a perfect example for our daughters." More claims of SA, harassment, and other misdeeds against Diddy surfaced after Ventura filed her case. Late last year, 3 more women accused him of SH.
It was a big problem.
In February, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a second lawsuit, alleging Diddy had harassed and groped him for a full year. Model Crystal McKinney recently filed a second lawsuit against Diddy, alleging that in 2003, he had given her an induced influence and took her. In addition, a federal inquiry on him is purportedly partially concerned with HT. Diddy's attempt at atonement has been questioned by Ventura's legal team ever since he aired his apologetic video over the videotape of the hotel incident. Meredith Firetog, Ventura's lawyer, stated in a statement that Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. hurt. She added that Diddy was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words. And most recently, rapper 50 Cent has already sold Netflix a documentary in which he charges rival Sean Diddy Combs of multiple SAs. The musician, whose real name is Curtis Jackson, began endorsing the show following Combs' accusation of A and SA by his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. Recently marked 50 Cent's confirmation that he had successfully negotiated a massive bidding war with other networks to sell the series to the big streaming service. Netflix wins the bidding war, but if more victims keep coming out, I'm gonna need more episodes, the rapper said in an Instagram post. Produced by 50 Cent's G-Unit Film and Television Studios, the series is expected to center on accusations made by singer Ventura and several other women. Combs has refuted every accusation leveled against him. When video of Combs, better known by his stage name P. Diddy, of him dragging, punching, and kicking Ventura in a hotel hallway as she attempted to depart with two bags surfaced in 2016, Combs issued an apology. Diddy has no need for 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. At least not by himself. Let's check out some celebrities who attended P. Diddy's freak-off parties. Watch the Splash Zone. Jennifer Lopez. Following Diddy's infamous recent arrest, pictures of Jennifer Lopez in bed with her former partner have surfaced again. As a result of an investigation, Diddy was arrested in New York very recently. He is being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. In a widely shared photo from Diddy's 2000 4th of July celebration, Lopez and the late R&B legend Aaliyah are seen in bed together. Model Natane, late record executive Andre Harrell, and Damon Dash were also in the photo. The guests appeared to cuddle up next to each other as they relaxed on the enormous bed and grinned boldly. After dating from 1999 to 2001, J-Lo and Diddy were still together at the time. The photos have appeared again after Diddy's arrest, when a video of her mother losing it when asked if a romantic reunion with him was possible went viral. Jennifer made an appearance on the Wendy Williams show back in 2015, and her mother, Guadalupe Rodriguez, was present in the crowd. As she remarked, "So if you recall, the last time you were here I was telling you that I could always see you getting back with Puffy in a little way."
Getting back with Puffy in a little way.
Talk show host Wendy seemed interested in learning if a reunion was imminent, but no dice. Justin Bieber. Bieber and Diddy have been friends since the former's teenage years, when Scooter Braun and R&B singer Usher found him on YouTube as a young talent. Online footage showing Diddy with Justin Bieber, who was 15 at the time, has reappeared since the rapper was detained on suspicion of some pretty bad stuff. The video, which shows Diddy, who is 24 years older than Bieber, documenting his 48 hours with the teenage singer, has been labeled creepy by Twitter users. In the video, Combs informs the camera while standing next to the up-and-coming pop star. He's having 48 hours with Diddy. Where we hanging out and what we're doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
They're having the times of their lives.
Diddy adds, "I have been given custody of him. He's signed to Usher and I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album." Diddy continues, "I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me and we're gonna go full crazy." The 30-year-old Justin Bieber nowadays is reportedly shutting off from the outside world because he is so disturbed by the news of Combs' arrest. Speaking only to DailyMail.com, an insider claimed that the new father is having a hard time making sense of the accusations, especially because he worked with Combs less than a year ago. He has been totally thrown by them. About Bieber, the source stated, "Bieber is so disturbed by the Diddy news and is unwilling to process it or discuss it, so he has shut off. So many people who helped to make him who he is were very close to Diddy, and it has completely thrown him. Justin hasn't been responding to this since the home raids. He's not going to." The insider went on to say that Justin Bieber sincerely regrets working with Diddy and would not have done so if he had been aware of the accusations that have subsequently surfaced. They continued, "He had a long break from Diddy when he believed most of this took place, and he had distanced himself from him. He was featured on Diddy's most recent album, and had he known any of this, there's no way he would have done it." Usher has acknowledged that while he was living with Diddy when he was 14, he was exposed to some pretty wild things. Usher shared information regarding his time spent living with Diddy in the spring of 1994 in an interview that was discovered from 2016. Usher, who is 45, claimed on the Howard Stern show that record producer L.A. Reid suggested that he moved in with the R&B singer in Scarsdale so he could see the lifestyle. Usher responded as follows to Stern's question about whether Diddy's place was filled with chicks and fun non-stop. Not really. I got a chance to see some things I don't know if I could indulge and even understand what I was looking at. It was pretty wild. It was crazy. There were very curious things taking place and I didn't necessarily understand it, he admitted. When asked if he would send his kids to Puffy Flavor Camp, Usher said, "Hell no," with conviction. Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, and Kylie Jenner. At his $40 million Holmby Hills estate in 2019, Combs threw a lavish 50th birthday celebration for Kim, Khloe, and half-sister Kylie Jenner. That December night, the enormous property hosted a number of celebrity acquaintances before Homeland Security raided it 5 years later as part of an investigation into it. A video of the event, which featured celebrities like the Kardashians, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg, Paris Hilton, Naomi Campbell, and the late Kobe Bryant, was recently posted by record producer Stevie J. He tweeted on social media, sharing the video saying, "This is what a real Diddy party looks like." Naomi Campbell. The rumored ex-lover has appeared in many public engagements alongside Diddy. In addition to attending his glamorous 50th birthday party, Campbell assisted his twin daughters, Jessie and Delilah, in 2022 on their 16th birthday celebrations. She was pictured with Combs and Janet Jackson as recently as November 9th, 2023, when she hosted his 54th birthday at London's Lavo Club. Before they left the birthday celebration apart, Combs was spotted enjoying a glass of wine in the back of a London taxi, where the good times continued. In 2001, there were rumors that the two were dating. However, a spokesperson for the celebrity later clarified that they were simply friends. According to Page 6, Campbell and Jackson have now deleted the Instagram pictures they shared of Jackson on his 54th birthday. The action came after Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, filed a complaint, claiming that he had been in control of her for more than 10 years. Page 6 said that the pictures from his birthday celebration had been removed from the Instagram sites the day after the lawsuit was filed. A source told Page 6, "Losing people like Naomi and Janet, those types, it's going to be very hard on him, because he's such a narcissist." Prince Harry and Prince William. Diddy is well known for having met William and Harry, the British royals, backstage at the Princess Diana concert in 2008, which included a star-studded after-show party. Alongside Combs and Kanye West, the now separated brothers posed for pictures, with Harry putting his arm around the imprisoned mogul's shoulder. The princes mockingly refused to put on the large white striped shades that West was trying to get them to wear. Leonardo DiCaprio at the white party. Diddy said of his first ever white party, "There were 200 people sitting out here just having a down-home cookout," adding that this included Leonardo DiCaprio after he'd just finished Titanic. Pictures from his second white party on September 4th, 1999 showed a grinning DiCaprio, then 24 years old, kicking back with A Tribe Called Quest's Jarobi White and Diddy, both of whom seemed like they were holding champagne bottles. In another picture, Leo sipped from a glass while Diddy motioned for the camera while holding a woman in his lap.
The Diddy scandal is insane. Today we're going to be talking about celebrities that have an opinion about it.
Oh God, I mean, we went through some very traumatic events.
This stuff is nuts, guys. They shared some pretty surprising things. Diddy is at the center of a lot of chatter around some pretty wild allegations and lawsuits that claim that he did a lot of illegal things against men and women. While Diddy has managed to build one of the most successful careers in the music industry, he did so while racking up a long history of bad behavior that has mostly flown under the radar. Usher's relationship with Diddy began when, as a young teen, he was sent to Diddy's mansion by his mentor, L.A. Reid. Usher opened up about his experience living at the Puff Mansion at about 14 or 15 years old and acknowledged that he saw some very curious things taking place. Some of these things he saw we can't repeat on here due to the risk of being flagged, but let's just say they are wild. He was asked if he would send his own children to Puff Mansion, to which he replied, "Heck no."
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp? Hell no.
Aubrey O'Day had a rocky relationship with Diddy throughout the time she starred on MTV's hit reality show Making the Band. They met when Aubrey became a part of Diddy's girl group, Danity Kane. She claimed he overlooked her talent and played dirty in his management. Now, as the spotlight shines on Diddy and his potential involvement in an SA scheme, Aubrey claims that she predicted his downfall years ago. 50 Cent is not one to mince words, and he's clapping back at Diddy amidst all the allegations surrounding him. While 50 Cent and Sean Combs have ran in the same circle for years, their relationship is complex, and they notably have a history of publicly taking shots at each other.
He told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say?
50 Cent laid into Diddy after the mother of his child, Daphne Joy, was named in a lawsuit against Diddy that alleged he paid Joy monthly services as an adult worker. Posting photos from the federal raids on Diddy's properties, 50 Cent wrote on X, formerly known as Twitter, "Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. They don't come like that unless they got a case."
Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Diddy's former producer, Rodney Little Rod Jones, came out against him in a major lawsuit filed in February 2024. As the New York Times reported, Rodney claimed that while he was working for Sean Combs on his album, he touched him without consent and attempted to groom Lil Rod into participating in certain acts with another male. At the time, Lil Rod had been living with Diddy for months while working on the record. Rodney also claims he was forced to drink laced tequila while at Diddy's home, only to wake up in the early morning hours unclothed with an adult worker sleeping beside him. He made other disturbing claims that I can't repeat here due to the risk of being flagged. Kanye West made some bold claims about Sean Combs in a resurfaced interview that was previously removed but has been reposted to X following Diddy's legal troubles. While speaking with Drink Champs in 2022, Kanye claimed that Diddy cut a deal with the FBI to escape arrest. He also accused the Kardashian family of kidnapping his child, arguing that many rappers refused to come to his aid, including Diddy, who Kanye claimed was working with federal agents to take him down. Diddy and his former longtime girlfriend Cassie had a very public falling out due to shocking claims that came out about what he did to her. According to New York Times, Cassie launched a massive lawsuit against her ex-boyfriend, who she dated on and off for a decade, making claims we can't repeat due to the risk of being flagged. She also claimed he controlled every aspect of her life throughout their relationship. Cassie kept quiet for years out of fear of retaliation, but now she's doing an amazing job of speaking up and inspiring other victims. Suge Knight and Diddy have had a complex relationship in the rap world, with both music executives at the head of opposing labels. Suge Knight is a co-founder and former CEO of another record label, while Diddy's rival label, Bad Boy Entertainment, represents the East Coast. Suge Knight has also long been speculated to have been involved in the unaliving of Diddy's former artist, Christopher Wallace, better known as Notorious B.I.G., although no arrests were ever made in the case. The unaliving was thought to be a retaliation against the unaliving of Suge Knight's artist, Tupac, who was unalived just a year earlier. We're using the term unalived due to the risk of being flagged. Suge Knight took to X to share his thoughts on the whole ordeal, alleging that there's so much more to come in bringing down some of the music industry's top players. People, the raids today wasn't for Diddy. It was to destroy the incriminating stuff on powerful men.
That federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs.
P. Diddy is in some serious trouble right now. You're not going to believe. P. Diddy is in some serious trouble right now. You're not going to believe all of the things he's done that are now coming to light. It's about time.
Where is rap mogul Sean Diddy Combs tonight?
Sean Combs was spotted pacing back and forth outside the Miami airport on Monday after his homes were raided. He was seen with one hand in his pocket and the other holding what appeared to be a cell phone while outside a customs office.
But as to where he was during these raids is still unclear.
Just a couple hours after Homeland Security descended upon his properties in Los Angeles and Miami. He was not seen in handcuffs. Eyewitnesses told TMZ that he and some other people got stopped by the police at the airport. Diddy's homes were swarmed by federal law enforcement agencies in possible connection with an ongoing investigation that Diddy was involved with some horrendous stuff.
Raiding the mansion as part of a federal investigation into trafficking.
According to video footage obtained by Fox 11, Homeland Security arrived at his properties readily prepared for anything. They were later seen taking several men out of the homes in handcuffs.
I'm serious about love, y'all. I'm all in on love. I decided I'm just going to just be love all the way.
I personally think, and some people may not agree with me, that Diddy has been getting away with too much for too long. The things he has done are deplorable. Man or woman, you aren't safe from this dude.
Maybe 5 or 6 girls outside, some leaving, some not.
Some people have even said that he is the one who put out the hit that got Tupac. Diddy's two sons, Justin and King, were apparently questioned by authorities, but Diddy was not seen on either premise at the time of the raids. The raids came after several lawsuits were brought against him, and that includes some pretty horrible things that I can't even repeat due to the possibility of being reported.
Accusing him of trafficking and sexual assault.
And recently, Diddy's former producer and videographer, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, claimed that Diddy repeatedly physically mistreated him over a 10-month span while he was working on the rapper's album. Several other women have made claims similar, including Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie, who's been so brave in speaking out.
This comes as Diddy faces legal troubles, including a lawsuit filed by ex-girlfriend singer Cassie.
As fans patiently wait for new details to emerge and the case develops, it's been no secret that Diddy has been having a difficult time in recent months after several lawsuits were filed against him. According to NBC News, these were made by singer Cassie, his ex-girlfriend, and good for her. It's good to know that he isn't going to get away with it. In the filing, Cassie depicts Diddy, who is head of her former label and then romantic partner, as alluring her into what she first perceived a fatherly protective relationship. It turned out to be an actual nightmare. Once they entered a romantic relationship, Diddy and his inner circle allegedly controlled every aspect of her life.
Diddy has denied those claims.
Diddy successfully kept her under his thumb through his alleged tactics, which consisted of crazy things: damaging people's car, dangling a friend over a 17th floor balcony, and making her carry objects that she's not supposed to have in her purse. These are just some of the horrendous allegations. She never went to the police out of fear that it would just merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her. Diddy denied the allegations. Diddy has made no comment on social media, but is trending on X as fans discuss the situation. So thank you guys so much for sticking around till the end of this video. I know this information was a little dark. If you wanted to explore it more, I encourage you to look into it, as we were limited in what we could say here. Let's just say Diddy has done some really awful things, and some things are still not yet uncovered.
We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Fans are calling P. Diddy and Justin Bieber's relationship creepy as more news emerges about Diddy's actions. This started after a certain video of Justin and Diddy came out where Diddy claimed to have been given custody of Justin via Usher.
Been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
He said he signed to Usher and had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. Let me tell you one time. Diddy continued as he stood next to the teenage Justin in the video. I don't have legal guardianship of him, Bieber, but for the next 48 hours he's with me and we're gonna go full crazy. Diddy continued in the now viral video.
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, up full crazy.
2 years later, another video came out of Diddy and Justin where Diddy asked Justin why he didn't hang out with him anymore. Diddy tells the 17-year-old, "You're starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out."
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot, but you never really got my number. So want my number? Justin responded. It seems that the two were able to exchange numbers and remain in touch over the years.
Well, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, you never really got my number, so.
Justin has yet to comment on the raids that occurred at Diddy's houses. Diddy's houses in Miami and Los Angeles were raided by Homeland Security. A statement from law enforcement to the Mirror about the raid read, "Earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners."
Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami mansions raided by SWAT teams.
We will provide further information as it becomes available. Aaron Dyer, Diddy's lawyer, told the Mirror in a statement there was a gross overuse of military-level duties as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs' residences. There is no excuse for the excessive show of duties and hostility exhibited by authorities the way his children and employees were treated. He added, "This unprecedented ambush paired with an advanced coordinated media presence leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits. There has been no finding of civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name." Innocent? I personally don't think so. There are way too many allegations and way too much proof, and it's all coming to light. There are so many allegations being made about Diddy right now, and due to the risk of being flagged, we can't even really speak about them on here. His ex-girlfriend Cassie went through so much dealing with him, and if you search to see, she's done an amazing job of speaking out. Not only are women coming forward to speak out about the horrendous stuff he has done, but men are also. This guy doesn't discriminate when it comes to people he chooses to torment.
So P. Diddy has been facing controversy for quite some time now, but with the recent news of all of his wrongdoings and the searches from the federal government, it seems to have come to light that there have always been people in Hollywood that just cannot stand him. And although this is nothing new, it's time to actually take a dive into who those people really are and why they cannot stand P. Diddy, aside from all the bad things he's been doing. Aubrey O'Day. Mr. Diddy and Aubrey O'Day's paths first crossed during P. Diddy's stint with Danity Kane, the girl band that O'Day was part of. And fast forward just 3 years ago into the group's journey, and things took a dramatic turn when Aubrey, along with another member D. Woods, got the boot from P. Diddy. And while Diddy publicly stated that Aubrey needed a reality check, she herself later revealed a different side of the story, and according to her, it wasn't about her attitude, it was about her refusal to comply with certain expectations beyond just making music and doing interviews to promote the band and their albums. And it's safe to say that the expectations that this P. Diddy man might have had for Aubrey could have been extremely unwarranted and unattainable.
Got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
50 Cent, the first rapper on the list of many, because 50 Cent and Diddy have had it out for one another almost as long as the world has been spinning. And 50 Cent has been in the entertainment industry a long time. Be it the way that P. Diddy dresses and hugs people and talks about Notorious B.I.G. or collaborates with other artists, it doesn't matter because 50 Cent is just not here for it. And to say he dislikes Diddy is an understatement, and they have taken constant digs at each other in the media.
Then he was like, yo, so when we gonna get the chance to, to kick it, like we can just hang out. And he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, this just saying.
Drake, our second rapper on the list, and actually probably one of the most prominent musicians in the world. Mr. P. Diddy and Drake apparently had a little bit of a run-in and a disagreement over a song that Drake released called 0 to 100. And the disagreement reportedly actually might have turned physical and sparked quite the buzz. However, P. Diddy denied any allegations that he even laid a finger on Drake, and on the other side of the ring, Drake and a few other celebrities, including Charlemagne the God, are sticking to their guns, insisting that they witnessed the altercation firsthand with their own eyes. Yeah, that's only rapper number 2, but on to Danity Kane, the group of singers themselves who looked like they were going to be the next great girl group when they were signed to the Bad Boy record label in 2004.
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
However, in 2008, when Aubrey O'Day that is, and D. Woods were fired, like we mentioned previously, the dynamic of the group changed. They were never able to recapture the sound that the original 5 had when P. Diddy first signed them, and apparently P. Diddy was accused of making remarks that were deemed very demeaning towards the entire group. Jay-Z, let the rappers continue because there seems to have been a large feud between Jay and Diddy. Diddy. The feud between Jay and Kanye actually affected Jay's relationship with P. Diddy so much so that they actually didn't talk for 3 years, although they were actually spotted catching up at some point in 2019, but it's safe to say that we don't know if they're friends. Eminem, just another rapper, here we go. A while back, Eminem stirred the pot, making a bold claim about P. Diddy, suggesting that he had a hand in the tragic passing of the rap icon Tupac. And that is some heavy stuff and a really bold claim, but Eminem claims that perhaps it was just a joke, so he shouldn't take it so seriously. I don't know, that's a pretty crazy claim to make. Kanye West, similar to Jay-Z, as I mentioned, there seems to have been a lot of lumen rap battles between Kanye and Diddy, and perhaps the fact that there have been so many of these rap battles and claims at one another in the media, there really just isn't much love between Diddy, Jay-Z, and Kanye.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these, all you fake hard, hold on. Okay. All you fake hard, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a because you can't nobody anyway, and the reason why you got talk is because you did a deal, you fed.
Now this is a bit of a different one, but the Recording Academy themselves, as P. Diddy has actually called them out multiple times for their lack of respect for black artists and rewarding them for their accomplishments. So anyone who has taken part in the Recording Academy or been a part of their award shows or anything, P. Diddy has gone on the record saying that they don't respect black artists. Cassie Ventura. Here we go, because after a roller coaster 10-year-long journey of on-again, off-again romance, it's like a light switch, they finally did call it quits, her and Diddy, that is in 2018. Now fast forward to 2023 and things took a serious turn when Cassie Ventura filed a lawsuit against P. Diddy, and in it she made some really shocking claims, including physical altercations, and if that wasn't enough, she also claimed that Diddy himself actually exploded Kid Cudi's car.
I will advocate for you.
Because see, I know something that a lot of people don't know. I know that you and Kim Porter had a sit down right before she left us.
Wendy Williams. Back in the 90s, when Wendy Williams was ruling the airwaves as the radio host of a generation, she made some waves by suggesting that P. Diddy might be attracted to the same gender. And while needless to say, that didn't really sit too well with the man himself because he self-proclaimed to not be. In fact, Mr. Diddy was so irked and put off by Wendy Williams' comments that he reportedly got her fired from the station. And I don't know, talk about holding a grudge and talk about learning in the new age. Come on, Mr. Diddy, that ain't cool. And the tension didn't stop there because in 2015, Wendy Williams was at it again, this time taking aim at P. Diddy's relationship with none other than Cassie Ventura. And she was saying a lot of things. Some things along the line that P. Diddy treated her like a possession more than a partner. Ouch.
Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about sex.
My thing about when you date a mogul, like he can hire a plane right now. And she allegedly has been avoiding Puffy.
Man, you got some visitors, dog.
The P. Diddy scandal is out of control after his mansions were raided both in LA and Miami.
Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami mansions raided by SWAT teams.
And let me tell you, this isn't getting out of control because, well, for no reason. Just because he hasn't said anything yet regarding the situation at hand, these allegations against Mr. P. Diddy are Mr. P. Crazy.
The home of rapper P. Diddy is being raided.
Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy, is what he wrote back in 2023.
Several law enforcement agencies are raiding the home of hip-hop mogul P. Diddy.
But get this, Prince Harry recently got caught up in a $30 million lawsuit involving Mr. Sean Diddy Combs. And these are some serious allegations regarding inappropriate actions.
Prince Harry's name has been mentioned in court documents related to allegations. Sean Diddy Combs.
According to court papers that were filed by the music producer Lil Rod, P. Diddy supposedly hosted some extremely wild parties where these guests were drawn in by promises of close ties with celebrities and athletes and politicians and even Prince Harry. Yeah, it seems to be something common for these Hollywood showdowns. Although apparently Prince Harry is not being associated with the lawsuit in the way that you might think. But there are ties between Harry and Diddy that go all the way back to a certain party from 2007. And since Homeland Security recently raided the homes of P. Diddy.
This is part of an ongoing investigation started by Homeland Security Investigations.
It seems like the rapper just decided that it really wasn't worth commenting on anything, especially regarding Prince Harry, and of course Prince Harry hasn't commented on anything himself. But the Miami airport had federal agents searching all of his properties while he was spotted there. And so what exactly has been going on between P. Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie, who dropped the bombshell lawsuit against him last year, and Diddy, because she didn't hold out in calling out what she described as very depraved conduct. And the fact that Prince Harry is being jumbled up in all of the lawsuits is a really, really bad look for the royal family. And if Harry does end up getting in trouble for associating himself with P. Diddy and attending these parties, then this could be the ultimate end for Harry and the whole shenanigan with Meghan. Because ever since the two have been making headlines for all of their controversy with their new business endeavors and their new websites, there's just too much going on for the press to handle. So there hasn't been a lot of information yet. So what exactly could Prince Harry have done to get involved in the scandal in the first place? I mean, we can only really speculate. But it's possible that there were some really serious and unlawful actions, perhaps some stuff that Meghan never even knew about. And it is also possible that since Harry has been hanging around all these Hollywood celebrities and all these specially regarded people, that he really is just actually partaking in the things that he really shouldn't be. And it's time to take a look at what the people are saying on the internet. Of course, it's my favorite segment here at FTD News, Pepe's Perspectives, where I, Pepe, take a deep dive into what you guys are saying on the internet. This person says this is so irresponsible. Colloquially being named in a lawsuit means being named as a defendant. Yeah. I mean, they're basically saying that you can try covering it up, but the name drop is there for a reason. Someone added on saying when there's smoke, there's fire. And yes, I agree, those typically go hand in hand in this world, but let me tell you, when it comes to this man, and I'm talking about Harry, you could also say Diddy as well, there seems to be constant fire. This person said, Harry never had a good judgment in character choices, and after all, look who he married. And now hold on, what does this have to do with P. Diddy? Because honestly, anything we can do to give Meghan Markle some sort of a bad name in the press seems to always come come up in conversation, but guys, I don't know if she really has anything to do with this one.
I'm vivacious, eccentric, and I'm a Scorpio.
P. Diddy, man, what are you doing? Guys, you would not believe some of the things that P. Diddy's exes have been saying about him.
You know, it was a big problem.
In fact, P. Diddy has been in some absolutely ridiculously toxic relationships, but most of the time, he's been the problem. So let's take a look at some of the ridiculous things that P. Diddy's girlfriends have claimed about him.
You know, and find out what's going on and be by, you know.
Starting off with Cassie Ventura, who just accused Diddy of taking advantage of her in an intimate way. In a complaint that was filed in 2023, Cassie claimed that Diddy tried to sign her to Bad Boy Records and then tried to start a romantic relationship with her even though she was already dating someone else. She says Diddy would kiss her without her permission and that she felt pressure to go along with his advances because she was worried about how it might affect her career.
It feels, I mean, obviously there's a little bit of anxiety.
And see, this was going on for a little bit of a while because when Cassie was 19, Diddy did sign her to his record label and they actually started dating. And in 2016, TMZ reported that Cassie tried to break up with Diddy, but he allegedly took her phone because he suspected her cheating. So then Cassie's mother called the police out of concern and no charges were filed from that particular case, but Cassie stayed dating Diddy.
You know, Puff has been so understanding with everything, so it's good.
2 years later, Cassie ended her relationship with Diddy for good, and according to someone named Love B. Scott, she wasn't happy because Diddy was seen with 2 other women. These were models, Jocelyn and Gina. And after the breakup, Cassie would end up stirring the pot, I guess, by writing a bunch of stuff on her Instagram story that's too explicit to say on this channel. However, just know that she ended up showing P. Diddy some love a month later and wished him a happy birthday on Instagram. So, I don't know. But Cassie didn't talk much about her relationship with P. Diddy for years.
Any relationship work, if it is working, is, you know, just not talking about it too much.
Until 2019, in an Instagram post, she shared that there was a time when she wasn't feeling her best while dating him. And in this post, there was a photo of Cassie sitting beside a window, and she was looking outside, and the pic had the caption, "This photo was taken of me in New York on May 31st, 2017. I feel sad for the girl in the picture because I know the personal demons that she was battling." Jennifer Lopez is our next victim who accuses P. Diddy of being extremely unfaithful. Surprise. But the J-Lo and P. Diddy relationship was actually one for the, I don't know, the ages of gossip, just in terms of ridiculousness alone. J-Lo and P. Diddy basically hit a rough patch really early on when they were both arrested, and that attracted a lot of negative attention. Charges against J-Lo were quickly dropped, but P. Diddy was actually somehow acquitted with a firearm situation in Manhattan, and J-Lo basically tried to shift away from the incident, and it kind of worked because we haven't heard about it in 20 years. The relationship ended up lasting until 2001, but J-Lo just kept having too many concerns about P. Diddy being, you know, unloyal and unfaithful. She thought that he was always out partying with other women, and she would express her concerns about his fidelity. And here's the thing, like, she even made a song called "If You Had My Love," in which she actually spoke about it in an interview, saying that it took a toll on her emotional well-being. But despite all the challenges, J-Lo acknowledged that P. Diddy taught her some valuable lessons about the music industry, and in a 2019 interview, she said that it really did play a significant role in her life. Misa Hilton thought P. Diddy was bitter. See, Misa Hilton is a renowned stylist who's actually known for working with hip-hop legends like Lil' Kim, even Mary J. Blige. And she began her career at just 17 years old with support from her then boyfriend, Mr. P. Diddy. I don't know, age warning? I'm not really sure what's going on here, because he was 5 years older. However, she shared with BET at the time that P. Diddy actually asked her to style a certain band after he received a promotion at Uptown Records, and she said that she would finish high school, yes, high school, early, and she would get out and, I don't know, just about noon, and would just go sit at Uptown Records. And then when she was 19, her and Diddy had a son together named Justin. Right after they had a son, P. Diddy began dating Kim Porter. But what's crazy here is that the relationship actually was a little bit nuts more recently in 2023 when their son Justin got arrested for a DUI. And then on Misa Hilton's Instagram story, she basically suggested that P. Diddy was setting a bad example for their son. As well as during a 2010 interview on a radio station, Misa Hilton opened up about Diddy's infidelity. Once again, common theme? I don't know, you tell me. Revealing that he cheated on her with a former friend named Kim and another friend, Sarah Chapman, before having children with both women. Yeah. So Hilton suggested that P. Diddy was basically bothered by the fact that she didn't want to engage in a more intimate relationship with him, and this was actually what she believes led to him paying more child support to her. She claimed that he's still bitter and that when you can have everything, sometimes you can't have that one little thing that you're not used to, that it can really destroy a relationship. And apparently she's been receiving about $5,500 monthly, and you know, I mean, at the end of the day, child support is child support, but they only had one child together and they just don't seem to be on great terms. She expressed disappointment when she had to resort to legal action and suggested that it just didn't reflect well on P. Diddy, as the perception basically projects that he wants the public to have a certain perception of him, but the reality is that she's just here asking for money. I don't know. Hollywood drama, am I right? But this is just the start, because let me tell you, some of the claims made by previous girlfriends of P. Diddy are just off the charts ridiculous.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
P. Diddy has some really dark facts about him that are not well known. Guys, you want to stick around for this one. They're quite shocking and you'll want to hear them. Diddy has quite the rap sheet, and we're not talking about songs. He was arrested in 2015 after an argument with a UCLA football coach ended with him in custody. According to TMZ, Diddy was watching his son Justin's football practice when Sal Alosi was riding Justin, screaming intensely at him, and that's when Diddy reportedly stepped in, having words with the coach in his office that resulted in Diddy allegedly grabbing the man.
The hip-hop mogul was arrested for getting into a physical altercation with UCLA football conditioning coach Sal Alosi.
Sal Alosi allegedly refused to speak with Diddy, resulting in Diddy threatening to call the police. Sources told the publication that Diddy insists he grabbed a kettlebell and held it up in a defensive position, but did not attack the coach with intent to injure. Sean Combs was allegedly charged for this. A representative for Diddy released a statement to the Associated Press saying the various accounts of the event and the charges that are being reported are wholly inaccurate. What we can say now is that any actions taken by Mr. Combs were solely defensive in nature to protect himself and his son.
You know, it was a big problem. It was just a miscommunication.
Following the incident, the LA District Attorney's Office decided not to file assault charges against him. Diddy is also facing some shocking allegations against him from his ex-girlfriend, Gina Hunn. In a 2019 interview with Tasha K that has resurfaced, the model says she dated Sean Combs for 5 years and was repeatedly mistreated by him. Gina claims she and Diddy started dating while he was on a break from his longtime girlfriend, Cassie, but the relationship was riddled with physical mistreatment. The allegations that she spoke about are horrendous. Unfortunately, we can't repeat them here due to the risk of being flagged, but you're more than welcome to Google and search them up.
He stomped on my stomach really hard, and
Sean Combs is not on good terms with his ex-girlfriend Cassie, especially after she claims Diddy blew up a car in a fit of rage. The pair dated for over a decade before ultimately calling it quits in 2018. According to Entertainment Weekly, Cassie filed a federal complaint against Diddy and alleged that he blew up a man's car after he learned that he was romantically interested in Cassie. Cassie went on to explain that her ex-boyfriend frequently reminded her of his ability to cause serious harm. That said musician has been revealed to be Kid Cudi, whose representative confirmed Cassie's complaint in a statement. Cassie claimed that she and Kid Cudi were romantically involved while she was on a break from Sean Combs in 2011. Upon learning of a correspondence between Kid Cudi and Cassie, Diddy allegedly attacked the artist.
I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
In the following year, Kid Cudi's car was found exploded in his driveway. Sean Combs' attorney denied the allegations, describing them as riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation, seeking a payday. In a 2016 interview on The Howard Stern Show, Usher admitted that his mentor L.A. Reid sent him to live with Combs in New York City when he was kickstarting his career. The singer called it a curious experience and left a lasting impact on him. Usher revealed that he was up into the early hours of the morning alongside some of the rap industry's biggest stars at the time. When asked if he would place his own under Diddy's wing, he responded, "Heck no." Federal investigators have searched Diddy's properties in Miami and Los Angeles amid an investigation. TMZ also caught footage of P. Diddy pacing around the Miami airport just hours after the raids began in his homes, where he was reportedly stopped by customs. While he wasn't detained, it was reported that he and members of his entourage were questioned by federal agents after flying on his private jet. The investigation comes months after Diddy denied claims lodged against him by his former girlfriend Cassie. At the time of this video, P. Diddy's whereabouts remain unknown. Federal investigators prevented Diddy from departing the Miami airport on his way to the Bahamas prior to takeoff. This was according to NBC News. He continued to maintain his innocence in light of the accusations, claiming he was involved in a scheme. So all in all, I think we can agree that if these claims are true, Diddy is not a very good person. Some of us are really hoping he goes down hard.
Why isn't Jennifer Lopez saying anything about this?
First, I didn't like him at all. I didn't. I thought he was like...
Well, P. Diddy actually had a lot of celebrity allies, some that you would never believe. In fact, there seems to be some need to actually expose who these people are because they refuse to expose what they know about P. Diddy.
And find out what's going on and be by,
And it seems like staying away from the news surrounding P. Diddy actually might be the smart move for these A-list celebrities that we know so well. So let's talk about some of the most influential celebrities who have these close ties to Diddy, yet actively refuse to expose him. Ashton Kutcher. Whoa. Did you know that Ashton Kutcher and P. Diddy are actually best buds in the business?
It's going a little bit though.
It's going?
Yeah.
Kutcher revealed that, they have a sort of bro-like relationship. And while Ashton Kutcher was on the show Hot Ones on YouTube, he revealed that him and Diddy are sort of these goof boys together, and he said that they became fast friends. They used to hang out and just watch football together, probably eat wings, order pizza, drink beer, the old classic of bros. But Ashton, however, has been abnormally quiet ever since P. Diddy's been tangled up in some legal woes.
It was a big problem.
The word on the street is that Ashton Kutcher is playing it safe to protect his own side. A source told the Daily Mail that there's just no way that Ashton or Mila Kunis are ever going to stick their necks out for Diddy right now. Even though they go way back, Ashton's been keeping his distance ever since the lawsuit was brought upon P. Diddy, and especially now with all the new drama, there's just no point of even saying anything. And it looks like Mila Kunis is not having any of it either, because she's put her foot down. She's making sure that Ashton keeps his distance from Diddy and says nothing. A source close to Mila Kunis claims that Mila's not taking any chances. She will not let Ashton be in any sort of contact or have anything to say regarding P. Diddy.
It's like it's starting to go. Right. But I'm a baseball cap guy, so I think I'm okay.
And apparently there are rumors that a subpoena could be coming Ashton's way, so for that we shall wait to see what happens. Ooh, remember this guy? The one that performed at the Super Bowl? Usher, that's his name. Back in the early 90s, Usher, just a 14-year-old rising pop star, actually lived with P. Diddy after scoring a record deal in LA. It was supposed to be a sort of mentorship relationship, with Diddy showing Usher the ropes in the music game, but hey, it also meant that Usher got a front row seat to P. Diddy's party scene. And let's just say that young Usher partied. In a chat with the Rolling Stone magazine back in 2004, Usher said some crazy stuff. He claimed that there were always girls around. You'd open a door and see somebody doing it, or several people in a room having fun as a group, if you get my gist. He never knew what was gonna happen. Yep. Apparently that was just another day at P. Diddy's crib with 14-year-old Usher crashing on the couch. Fast forward though to 2016, and Usher was a little bit more tight-lipped to say about those wild times. When he was asked about the parties on the Howard Stern show, he played it cool, all laid back, calling it pretty wild, and admitting that he didn't fully get what was going on, probably because he was just the age of a, middle schooler. But as of now, P. Diddy's got those legal troubles that we all know about, and Usher's been keeping a low profile. Coincidence? I think not. In fact, it's probably best that Usher just keeps his mouth quiet, says nothing, and continues on with his life for now until he might be hit with that subpoena, but let's just see where the tide takes us. On to Naomi Campbell. Back in 2002, there were whispers about P. Diddy and supermodel Naomi Campbell being a romantic thing. And while they've never actually confirmed it, they've stayed tight over the years and even pop up together at events. And Naomi did once rave about their bond, saying that hanging out with Diddy is quote unquote always an adventure. She said, "I just never know what's gonna happen with Puff." That is what the P stands for. It's always something magical. I went to dinner with him a few weeks ago, and after dinner we ended up in a recording studio with 4 boy band groups auditioning. It was the most amazing talent. This is why for me, when I'm with him, I just roll with it. I love his company, I love his demeanor, I love his love towards me, and I love our friendship. And you know what, Naomi? I bet you don't love him now, do ya? Fast forward though to November 2023, Naomi threw P. Diddy a little birthday bash in London with stars like Janet Jackson and Idris Elba in attendance. But now with P. Diddy's legal drama, Naomi seems to be keeping her distance. And after Cassie's lawsuit news broke against P. Diddy, Naomi actually quietly removed pictures from her party off of Instagram. And she's been keeping real quiet, and for good reason, because let me just tell you, Naomi, you don't want to get involved with this. On to Lil Kim. I guess that stands for Lil Kim. P. Diddy's friendship with Lil Kim goes way back to the 90s when she was signed to the notorious B.I.G.'s record label. Even though Kim and Diddy got tight over the years, she never actually inked a deal with his label. In fact, she claims that Biggie actually brought her to Puffy. She once told MTV News in an interview that he said she's too pretty to be rapping and female rappers don't look like her. So what am I supposed to do with her? I don't know, if that's a pickup line, 5 out of 10. Apparently they've actually had a pretty rocky relationship throughout the years though, and they became close recently as Lil Kim shared a picture for his birthday, yet she has yet to say anything regarding the lawsuits. But I feel like she knows a little bit. And last but not least, the one we've all been waiting for, Jennifer Lopez. Although Charlie Sheen hasn't said anything either. Back in 1999, P. Diddy began dating Jennifer Lopez for 2 years before they split up in 2001. Later on in an interview, J-Lo would attribute their breakup to P. Diddy's infidelity, revealing that he was in fact the first man to go out and cheat on her. She said, "I was in this relationship where I was going nuts and it really took my whole life and put it into a tailspin. I never caught him cheating, but I just knew. He'd say he was going to a club for a couple of hours and then never come back for the night." See, J-Lo and Diddy remained actually somehow on good terms, reuniting at a residency party back in 2019 where they did share an intimate hug. And then in 2021, Diddy actually posted a throwback pic of him and J-Lo, with fans accusing him of taking shots at her silently and through cryptic message, yet he explained that it wasn't about trolling, she was just his friend, and that he didn't have anything to say about her relationship or her life. And it seems that if you were in J-Lo's best interest, P. Diddy, perhaps you wouldn't have even posted anything. And it would be in J-Lo's best interest to not say anything about the P. Diddy situation, and it seems like she hasn't and she won't.
So, we all know about Diddy, right? Well, turns out maybe we missed something about him because his kids are now talking. Diddy's kids finally speak out and defend him.
Sean Diddy Combs' kids are speaking out for the first time since the music mogul was taken into custody.
After their father's arrest earlier this month, Sean Diddy Combs' sons spoke out, but they kept quiet about the charges against their father. Rather, Combs' children released a statement denouncing the horrific theories that have been circulating over their late mother, Diddy's ex-wife, Kim Porter.
4 of his 7 children released a statement on Instagram saying they want to clear up false rumors about their mother.
We have seen so many hurtful and false rumors circulating about our parents, Kim Porter and Sean Combs' relationship, as well as about our mom's tragic passing, that we feel the need to speak out. Quincy Brown and Christian Jesse and Delilah Combs wrote in a joint statement shared on their Instagrams very recently.
Christian Combs, twins Jesse Combs and Delilah Combs, as well as Quincy Taylor Brown, released a joint statement.
Combs and Porter, a former model, had an intermittent relationship between 1994 to 2007. They had twin girls, Jesse and Delilah, who are now 17 years old, and a son, Christian, who is currently 26. Quincy, a 33-year-old man, is Porter's first kid from her marriage to artist Al B. Later, when Quincy was only 3 years old, Combs adopted him. The children's declaration follows the release of a memoir riddled with typos that purports to be written by Porter prior to her untimely passing in 2018 at the age of 47 from lobar pneumonia.
The children of Sean Diddy Combs and Kim Porter are speaking out, dispelling rumors that their late mother penned a memoir before her untimely death.
The siblings criticized the 59-page memoir, which was self-published on September 6th under the alias of an investigative journalist, calling it a complete fabrication. Claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. She did not. And anyone claiming to have a manuscript is misrepresenting themselves, their statement said.
The siblings write in a September 24th Instagram post, quote, claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue.
The top book on Amazon's bestsellers list is a rumored memoir called Kim's Lost Words, A Journey for Justice, From the Other Side. It costs $25 to purchase, and its author is listed as Jamal T. Millwood, the name of an alias used by Tupac, according to theorists who claim he is still alive. The book, whose author admitted to Rolling Stone that he wasn't positive it was true, together with Combs' allegations of some serious things, including from his ex-singer Cassie Ventura, have sparked rumors and theories on social media over Porter's sudden passing. Her kids also swiftly refuted those rumors in their response. While it has been incredibly difficult to reconcile how she could be taken from us too soon, the cause of her passing has long been established. There was no foul play, they wrote. They chastised those who disseminated the gossip. We are deeply saddened that the world has made a spectacle of what has been the most tragic event of our lives, the siblings wrote. Our mother should be remembered for the beautiful, strong, kind, and loving woman she was. Her memory should not be tainted by horrific theories. The charges their father is currently facing while he is incarcerated at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn have not been discussed by the kids. Sean Diddy Combs is an American rapper, actor, and entrepreneur. He has also gone by the names Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, and Love.
Puff, aka Love, aka Diddy, we are in the building.
Combs built an entertainment empire that includes Bad Boy Records, Sean John Apparel, and Revolt TV, which has recently revealed a new ownership structure. I wonder why. Combs previously served as the spokesperson for the beverage company Ciroc, a position that ended badly. Combs was just 3 years old when his father Melvin Combs, who was born in Harlem, New York, was ended. It seems that after a botched deal, Melvin Combs was mistaken for an informant. Combs said, "My father was a hustler, he was a dealer," to Revolt. "So I learned early in life that there were only two ways out of that, departed or in jail." He said that despite taking a different path, he had his father's DNA. "I have his hustler's mentality," he said. When Combs was younger, he had a propensity of puffing and huffing whenever he was upset, earning him the nickname Puffy. In 1990, Combs left Howard University to take an internship with Uptown Records. At Uptown, he would ascend quickly, becoming an A&R executive and then vice president in due course. Mary J. Blige, Heavy D, and The Boys, and other musicians have called Uptown home. Combs is credited with discovering the notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls. His actual name is Christopher Wallace. Andre Harrell, the company's founder, sacked Combs from Uptown Records in 1993, though. Combs told Oprah Winfrey, "I got fired because there can't be two kings in one castle," adding that it was for the best that he was let go. He focused on launching his own musical label, Bad Boy Entertainment, and brought Biggie along. Biggie became the leading man for Bad Boy in 1995 after dominating the charts. However, Biggie tragically passed away on March 9, 1997 in the midst of an East Coast-West Coast feud. The crime is still unsolved to this day.
A lot of my spirit had got lost through a lot of the things that I went through, even with the Biggie situation.
A few months later, Combs, also going as Puff Daddy, released his debut album, No Way Out. The album includes the Grammy-winning Biggie tribute song, I'll Be Missing You, which sampled The Police's Every Breath You Take and featured Biggie's widow, Faith Evans. At the Grammys, Combs won Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group for I'll Be Missing You, while No Way Out took home the Best Rap Album trophy. Cassie Ventura launched a lawsuit against Combs, her ex-partner, in November 2023. The lawsuit was settled 1 day later. According to Cassie, she met Combs in 2005 when she was 19 years old and he was 37. She was drawn into an ostentatious, fast-paced lifestyle and into a romantic relationship with him, her boss, one of the most powerful men in the entertainment industry, after signing with Bad Boy Records. She further said that he insisted on having his piece in her handbag. Combs refuted all of the accusations, but he did issue an apology for his actions on the CCTV tape that CNN showed of him and Cassie Cassie walking down a hotel corridor. As part of an ongoing investigation by federal officials in New York, U.S. police raided Combs' residences in Miami and Los Angeles in March 2024.
Several law enforcement agencies are raiding the home of hip-hop mogul P. Diddy.
The raids were described as a gross use of military force by Combs' solicitors. 6 more months would pass before Combs was taken into custody in New York on September 16th. Diddy has had 2 bail requests dismissed. His legal team put up $50 million US as security, along with the equity on his mother's Florida house and his daughter's passports, because his own passport was seized in April, but it was turned down. Part of the reason bail was refuted was because Combs allegedly has a history of intimidating victims and witnesses, including brandishing pieces to intimidate or threaten others. Court documents include additional acts of intimidation that Combs and his cohorts are accused of doing, such as slicing open a convertible top of a car and dropping a Molotov cocktail inside, which caused the car to erupt. What do you guys think of this story? Are his kids telling the truth? I think it's getting so out of control. I mean, Diddy seems like not the best guy out there. I've seen some hilarious memes about him all over the internet, and I swear they get more and more crazy every day. If all of this is true, obviously it's some intense stuff, and I hope it's at least a little of an over-exaggeration, just so we can look at the case after and say, well, at least he didn't do blank, but I don't know. Seems like all of Hollywood is crumbling recently. I wonder why fame just makes people turn into monsters.